Hai guys, selamat datang lagi di Tigerly Official Gaming Channel, tempat dimana kita bermain game bersama sampai tamat guys. Nah, kali ini kita akan lanjutkan lagi bermain game Final Fantasy 16 ya. Dengan ceritanya itu kita baru saja menyelesaikan quest yang diminta oleh si Mid, anak dari si Cid guys. Nah, ini sudah cukup jauh, jadi apabila kamu ingin menonton dari awal, silahkan cek playlist yang aku taruh di video ini guys. Dan jangan lupa juga dibantu untuk subscribe ya, agar channel ini biar bisa tumbuh dan berkembang guys. Thank you untuk supportnya ya. Dan sekarang tanpa menunggu lama, mari kita lanjutkan bermain game Final Fantasy 16.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Dan feelingku masa aircraft yang ini dipakai di sini ya guys ya. Jadi kapal ini bisa terbang guys. Tapi ya aku ragu sih ya, kalian lihat lah. Ini kapal ini udah kayak rongsokan loh guys. Kalau yang ini diterbangkan sih aku nggak kebayang ya gimana jadinya nih kapal ya guys ya. Oke, kita bicara lagi sama si Mid.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want it to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, jadi rencana kapalnya itu akan dibangun, guys, buat nyelamatin orang-orang di sini. Kalau misalnya tanahnya itu semuanya sudah tandus dan digerus oleh The Blight ya, mereka bisa naik ke kapal ini dan kemudian kita akan bawa mereka pergi jauh mencari tanah yang subur, guys. So, itulah misi dari si Mid dengan si Cid ya. So, misinya cukup mulia dan nanti mereka akan serahkan kemudinya ke kita, guys, biar kita mau kemanapun kita ngatur ya. Nah, kita cek dulu aja quest, apakah masih ada quest di sini yang bisa kita hunting down ya, guys ya. Nggak ada, tinggal satu aja rank S, tapi aku belum yakin aku kuat untuk ngarapin ini ya, guys. Kita close, kita cek lagi. Kalau quest utamanya ada satu, nah ini ada quest lagi deh, guys. Oke, sekarang kita ke atas aja ya. Jalannya benar kan? Ya, jalan benar, guys. So, sebelum jalanin quest utama, make sure kamu juga cek di petanya. Siapa tahu ada side quest seperti ini ya. Dan mereka itu kasih kita renown point yang nanti kita bisa tukar sama reward hadiah, guys, kalau kita menyelesaikannya. Dan ini membuat cerita di Final Fantasy itu jadi lebih panjang ya.
Well, that's it then. Here, Cid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh?
Wait, katanya di handboard, guys. Kita kayaknya sudah bunuh Bomb King ya. Tapi ya udah kita cek lagi aja. Siapa tahu respawn lagi, guys, questnya ya. Kalau kita cek di papan tadi itu udah nggak ada lagi quest yang bisa kita kerjain, guys. Apa karena bicara sama dia, maka kita ke unlock satu misi baru ya. Dan bukan sembarang bom ya, guys, tapi Bomb King yang bisa meledak dengan sendirinya itu, guys. Nah, itu kayaknya sudah muncul lagi notifikasi di papan. Ya, sepertinya bakal nambah ya. Tiba-tiba muncul dong, guys, satu Bomb King. Hai ya, yaudah kita kalahkan ini ya, guys ya. Rankingnya B ya guys.
What we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty.
Dia kejar kita guys. Dan dia nggak ada cooldownnya ya guys ya. Kalau biasanya monster-monster lain itu ada bar di bawahnya guys. Yang ini nggak ada. Wah, kok jadi 3 sih? Wow. Aduh. Oh, untung merasa kita menghindar, guys. What? Ini bom lagi ini. Hah. Cepat juga dia menghindar, guys. Wah.
Too slow.
Harusnya bisa kita kill lah ya. Ini darahnya udah sekarat banget ya guys ya. Dan kita kalau monster SLB kita biasa kalahin ya. Ini banyak ya. Waduh. Oke, berhasil kita kalahkan guys. Ini memang kemampuan si Bom King luar biasa ya guys. Ngebombardir kita sama banyak bom guys. Nah, kita petin bom ember.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
Kita butuh 3 ya guys. Oke.
Should do it. If a wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Kurasa dia nggak bakal bisa deh, Clive, kalau nggak hunting sendiri Bom King. Oke guys, langsung aja kita teleport ya. Ini kita udah ngebantai Bom King dan kita bisa balik ke sini guys. Nah, kita mesti report dulu ya sama yang kasih kita quest.
They told me she was building a ship.
So materialnya cukup susah kayaknya didapatin ya guys ya, karena kita harus lewatin monster yang benar-benar berada di handboard dan itu monsternya cukup kuat ya. Hit point kita tadi udah berkurang setengah dan potion kita ada pakai 2 guys. Biasanya aku jarang pakai potion ya kalau battle. Dan Bom King tadi cukup agak kesulitan lawannya. But anyway, kita berhasil menyelesaikan bersama guys.
Alright there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Cid. Let none say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Nah, kita dapetin ini guys, treated potential ya. Jadi ini bisa menambah inventory kita guys. Nah, ini karena kita bantuin tadi guys, kita dapetin kemampuan untuk ningkatin storage kita ya. Which is berguna banget, potion jadi 6, potion jadi 4 guys. Oke, thank you. Kita ke atas dulu ya guys ya. Kita cek lagi questnya. Ini ada quest di sini ya, reading table. Oke, kita ke sana dulu guys. Tapi sebelum itu aku pengen ke si Sharon dulu. Kita restock beberapa item lah ya. Seperti potion dan high potion, karena kita udah punya tas yang bisa bawa lebih. So kita akan gunakan itu guys. Dan sepertinya make sense juga sih ya, karena ini udah mau di ending ceritanya Final Fantasy. Jadi pasti akan lawan big boss. Pasti akan lawan big monster lagi. Yang tadi aja di rank S belum aku lawan kan guys ya. Nah, itu pasti butuh banyak healing potion kalau kita kena hit dari mereka guys. So sekarang kita restock dulu ya beberapa item.
Well, don't just stand there gawping. If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it.
Nah, ini guys, kurang ya. Kita beli aja.
You'll not find a better price than that.
High potion kita beli lagi guys. Oke. Yang nggak pernah kita pakai itu cuma elixir dan lion heart tonic ya guys. Tapi ya udah kita beli aja ya. Selagi duit kita masih ada. Cuma elixir malas kebeli guys. Harganya tuh 10.000. Nah ini ada musik-musik yang bisa kita beli. Tapi aku juga nggak pernah pakai sih. Alright, is that all Sharon? Thank you ya. Nah kita cek guys. Sini ada quest ya.
He cracked the crystal too.
Off the road. Oh, I was stumbling through the highway, ledgers to auto behest, and might have come across something that might need attention. And maybe, by I mean immediately, you know it will be. Okay. Oh, kita bisa dipanggil guys.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Walah. Baru tahu aku kalau di mejanya si Clive itu orang bisa kirim request pesan seperti itu untuk ngebantuin questnya guys ya. So ini akan banyak sekali side quest yang kita lakukan guys sebelum kita lanjutin cerita utama ya. Dan kita harus ke sana dulu ya.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it's maybe my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Mampus dah lu, Gal. Dia lupa bayar hutang, guys, ke 3 orang itu orang penting semua di sini. Ada-ada aja ya sama Lady Sharon yang bawel. Nah, kita juga harus santarin ke si Martha dan ke Isabel, guys. So, kita cek dulu lokasinya ya. Mereka itu biasa di The Headway. Pertama di mana nih? Si Martha ya. Oh, jangan-jangan di Martha serius sekali. Kita coba cek peta, guys. Ya ampun, beneran dong. Harus ke Martares. Nah, kita udah sampai ke Martares, guys. Dan si Clive itu membawa Star Rubies ya, yang harganya itu mahal banget. Ya, semoga ini bisa menutup hutang sama si Martha ya.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
Alright, sedikit cerita nostalgia dengan si Martha ya guys ya. Dan benda yang kita bawakan, Star Rubies itu berharga sangat-sangat banyak guys. Bisa 2-3-5 kali lipat ya kalau kita kasih penjual yang tepat. But anyway, kita udah menyelesaikan dengan si Martha. Sekarang kita akan pergi ke Isabel. Kalau Isabel ini The Dam ya guys. Lokasinya itu jauh di sini guys. Kita langsung antarin aja. Nah, The Dam itu adalah pemilik dari rumah hiburan ya guys. Untuk para tentara di sini. Julukannya The Dam si Isabel ini. So, kita langsung aja pergi ke tempat dia. Udah lama juga kita nggak ketemu sama dia ya. Nah, itu dia guys. The owner.
What am I gonna do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talk?
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Cid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Cid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Dan ternyata si Otto punya anak laki-laki, guys. Aku juga baru tahu ya. Nah, jadi ingat kalau si Cid punya anak perempuan, kita juga baru tahu. Ternyata si Otto punya anak laki-laki, guys. Tapi cuma sayangnya dia nggak selamat ya. So, kita kembali lagi ke The Hideaway. Nah, ini kita udah kembali ya, guys. Cuma sayangnya dialog dengan si Isabel tuh pendek banget ya, seperti yang kalian lihat tadi. Cuma cuplikan aja. Tapi setidaknya itu jadi membuat kita lebih mengerti tentang kondisi yang ada di sini, guys. So, kita bicara sama si Gaud. Kita lihat gimana komennya tentang si Daddy Charon ya.
Gaud. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
Oh, si Charon menolak pembayaran, guys. Ya sepertinya semua orang yang ngebantuin di Hideaway ini ngebantu secara tulus dan nggak perlu balas budi juga sih sebenarnya ya. Jadi mereka anggap itu udahlah sumbangan donasi. Tapi kita nggak tahu apa yang di Charon pikirkan. Mari kita tanya aja, guys.
Lady Karen, Gaud tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Cid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used, either out of habit or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Cid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Dan itu tadi ya guys ya, cerita tentang si Cid di masa mudanya dulu bersama dengan Otto ya guys. So cukup mengharukan, akhirnya kita bisa melihat kembali Cid walaupun cuma sekilas memori ya guys. And that's it ya untuk sampai video ini dulu. Thank you teman-teman buat nonton sampai akhir video ini guys. Dan jangan lupa juga dibantu untuk subscribe ya, biar kamu nggak ketinggalan update dari video di channel ini. See you at the next video. Stay happy and stay gaming.